Ashmit, appreciate you joining us. Now, the US and India's trade equation is a crucial one. The US imported goods worth $87 billion from India in 2024 alone. So what do brokerages make of the tariff imposition announced by President Trump? Surabhi is standing by to explain. Surabhi.
Well, the India-US trade relationship is important and the numbers are large. The United States has been India's largest trading partner for the last 4 years. And the value that we derive out of all our exports to the US is almost $88 billion. So it is indeed a big deal. Now, the problem of the US running a constant deficit, the value of that trade deficit that the US is running, in our case, it's a trade surplus for us, is about $41 billion. And all of these are numbers as of last count, FY25. So if we talk about what the implications are then, I mean, clearly these are big numbers. That deficit is something that the US cites as a problem. Now, is it really a problem for us, the Indian economy? Thankfully, because we are a domestic-driven economy, there the numbers are not that big. Because if you're looking at US exports as a percentage of Indian GDP, then the number is about 2.1 to 2.2% of our GDP. So it's not that huge. But there will be a GDP impact. That's what most economists are saying. And I looked at a lot of estimates. Some of these estimates came in April when the first round of tariffs was announced, when we were at 26%. Today, we're at 25%. So if this 25% holds, then what are the views on the street? We are talking about estimates ranging between 30 basis points to 60 basis points of GDP impact. In fact, if I could just sum it up, SBI is saying that at 20% tariff, their original April estimate was the impact is going to be 50 basis points on GDP. They're saying every 1% rise in that tariff rate leads to a 0.5% decline in our exports to the US. Morgan Stanley sees the risk of about 40 to 60 basis points impact on GDP. Cities, again, is at about 30 to 40 basis points impact on GDP. And Nomura is saying that there will be a 2 percentage point impact. There's a downside risk to their FY26 GDP estimate, which is 6.2% growth for Indian GDP. So therefore, the absolute numbers are big, but in terms of as a percentage of India GDP, the impact is not extremely substantial. But the trade relationship, of course, is very, very important.